Hi Taurus, and welcome to your July 2019 general read. I'm Jade with yesYesYes. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome. First, let me just give some gratitude for all of the likes and the shares and the subscribes. I really love this channel, and I love doing these readings for you, so I really appreciate all of your feedback. And if you do like what you're hearing, hit that thumbs up button. It helps the channel out so much. And my website and all the information about the cards is also in the box below. So let me tell you, for the general read, we start with the overall, if you're brand new here, and that link is also in the box below. I did this at the beginning of 2019. So your overall for the entire year from the Mystical Shaman Oracle is the Witness. And this is not necessarily even having to partake in activity, but being able to remove yourself from any situation and bear witness to observe. You're in the observer role this year. And if you haven't felt that way, it may come and go. These are overalls, and this is also general. But this energy can definitely benefit you this year because there's a lot of frantic, frenetic, yes, that kind of energy all over, short-circuiting, that type of fast quickness. And I feel that the earth signs in particular need to ground down and hold the rest of us accountable, because otherwise we will lose ourselves in madness. So thank you for being the witness, Taurus. Now for the monthly, you have the Lovers card. This is Gemini energy. I do love this card because there's two storks there. It's a really interesting combination. So about a year ago, there was a lot of connection between Geminis and Tauruses. So I'm not saying that it's a reconciliation. Again, this is a very general read, but that energy is surrounding you, and that is the Gemini energy, and even just the energy of the card, the Lovers, is about making choices, having lots of possibilities out there, but narrowing it down and then finding a balance between two things, looking at yourself and holding, it's like, you know, being the self and then looking at the mirror of the self. So I'm feeling that, and there's also a friend, something loyal around you. So, and also the Gemini card is it's a card of siblings. So you could have a sibling that's very loyal to you, a sibling who's a Gemini. You can also have a very loyal Gemini or very loyal sibling in your life right now who's just very important for this particular month. Now we'll see what else comes up because I'm going to do a Celtic Cross spread. So let me get this out of the way, and we'll see how those energies play out. And I have pre-shuffled the deck. So I like to do this while I'm talking with you just a little bit more, and then I'm going to choose the 10 cards for the Celtic Cross, and that's the only thing that will take a little bit of time. So let's see where this all begins for you, Taurus. How you doing? Hope you're enjoying your time here. It's in the Northern Hemisphere, it's summertime. So there's a lot of activity, a lot going on. I'm just going to choose the cards now. I'm looking for the cards that basically when my hand gets heavy, it draws my hand down, and then I find the cards. And sometimes a lot of them come out. So you may be feeling, again, if you're in that witness mode, that lots of things are happening around you. And that, you know, it's like life is speeding up and it's swirling around you, and you may even feel a little disconnected because you're operating at your own pace, which, congratulations, that's the best thing to do rather than get swept up by the crazy of the crazy that's out there. And I'm saying this because this particular month of July, we have two eclipses. We have a solar eclipse, it's a new moon on the 2nd. And then we have a full moon lunar eclipse on the, well, I don't know that actual date, but it's going to be 2 weeks-ish later. So lots of energies happening in July. This is actually reminiscent of plans that you might have made or connections that might have happened last year, July, August, because that was when the last set of eclipses were. And so I want you to think about what intentions, what what things were going on for you last July, August. And, you know, if there was energy, if a cycle changed, basically, if you started a new cycle, which you more than likely did, has it come to fruition now? Now that we've got, you know, we're almost here. And I'm saying that was the last, it may not have been. We might have, I cannot remember if we did eclipses this winter or not, to be honest. I cannot remember. But I'm thinking of the ones from last summer, because that seems to be, there's 6 so far, 4 more, because that seems to be what's being called back up. I'm looking for 4 more. So think about where you were last July, August, and what cycle you might have asked for or started last year, and see if it's come to fruition, if you're feeling like it's at a fruition place, because that seems to be where we're at now. Is it's time to start a new cycle, even though, you know, it's not a full year. It's not even like, we're just doing this based on the moons. And the moon card has come up in a lot of readings. So I just want you to also be aware that there's just a lot of that energy. Here we go, last card. And thank you for your patience here, Taurus. I wanted to do it this way for you, just to make sure that the cards were calling out, because I've had a really busy summer so far. So I wanted to give you a really good reading. I really like, you know, spending the time with you to do so. All right, so I'm going to reverse it so that we know what the first card is. And here we go. This is what's going on for Taurus. Knight of Swords in the reverse. There's that air sign energy, Gemini, Virgo, or, excuse me, why did I say Virgo? Could be a Virgo, I guess. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius came out in the reverse. This is the need to have clear, swift communication quickly, okay? So you may be biting your tongue. Things might be internalized for you right now. Entirely possible. There is a need for communicating, and it's communication that you need to be cautious with. It needs to come through in a way that is clear, but also mindful of how it's being received, okay? So just keep in mind that when it's in the reverse, it's telling us to do it even more so, to be even more cautious about what's coming through. Now, what's crossing that is the 3 of Cups. So we've got a celebration. Maybe what was happening is that we might be imbibing, we might be enjoying life, we might be drinking a lot, and then words can fly out of your mouth, and there could be some issue because things, you know, people get hurt with those statements, and that are said, you know, kind of in haste. So keep that in mind. The other thing is that you just might be enjoying yourself so much so that you don't want to think about these deep thoughts. You don't want to bring out, you don't want to, you know, mess the party up by saying something that's truthful. You want to just, you know, bite your tongue and enjoy life for what it is right now. And again, with that cycle, keep in mind that in order to end a cycle, we have to kind of look at it exactly for what it is, give gratitude, and then move to the next, you know, embrace the next phase. So your words might have something to do with that. And the other thing, I mean, it's 3 of Cups. So when it's in the reverse, we look at 3 of Cups as being doing things that are detrimental to your health, to your well-being, to your relationships. So just keep in mind that there may be that floating around, okay? Now, what the foundation is, is your 6 of Wands. It came out in the reverse. So not feeling as if you've won, not feeling as if if this is a, you know, just a community of friends, I feel like you might be isolated a bit. You might have isolated yourself. You just may be in a funk right now. You're just not feeling pretty good, not feeling good, even though other people surrounding you are enjoying, even though you might be socializing a lot. I feel like you're disconnected from that socialization. Now, the near past, oh, there's our Lovers again. Okay, so in the past, we had Lovers energy, but it came out in the reverse. So perhaps, again, Gemini energy, but it could be that This is either a Gemini not working out or and the inability to feel balanced in the past. The inability to balance a relationship while, you know, you have a life of, you know, I mean, just your regular life of work. Maybe you're working too hard, Taurus. I do know you do that a lot. So just needing to find a balance. This is also frantic energy, that Gemini crazedness that goes into the head. So we've got a lot of reversals here. Let's see how things are going to work themselves out. In the present energy, more reversals. You got the Chariot. This is Cancerian energy. This is not moving. So you might be stuck in this cycle where you're just thinking and thinking, and even though things are around you and there's pure enjoyment around you, there is play, there's celebration around you, you are disconnected. You're not feeling good because probably you haven't been able to balance a relationship in the past, something that was very deep, very connected for you in the past. And again, I did talk about that. You know, we've got lovers up here first, or twice, is that there was some type of connection between Taurus and Gemini in the past about a year ago. It's coming back up. So this might just be coming up for review, right? Realizing that this didn't work out. The desire for it is still there, maybe not that specific relationship, but to have a relationship that is, you know, all of what you hope for, but it just hasn't worked out. And you're kind of stuck in the mental, going over and over it. The other thing about the Chariot here is that this is a card of nurturing, and you're not nurturing yourself. So take some time, whatever that is. If it's eating a little extra ice cream, it's okay to do so. It's, you know, I'm not judging you by any means, but make sure that you're taking care of yourself and nurturing yourself in the way that you need to, because there's a lot of reversals, a lot of energy that it can be very positive. And again, you have the ability to turn Six of Wands around, this Lover's card around, the Chariot around, all of this if you really want to. Okay, Taurus? So it's really up to you. Now let's see what's coming for you in the near future. Queen of Swords energy. Again, there's those air signs. So this is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. So it also came out in the reverse. So there could be, again, this need to be very clear with the words, the clear communication. This could be a person who's not speaking right, who's being deceptive, maybe just has some hurt feelings and can't say the truth, okay? This could be your energy as well, withholding the truth. This energy of the Queen is, and I like it when we have queens of masculine suits, because to me that means there's a lot of balance here. So we're, again, still imbalanced with our words and our actions in the near future. Now I'll click some clarification, so we'll see why, how we can change it. But her sword is up, so that means, you know, yes, we need the decisiveness, but her hand is open and receiving, okay? So looking for inspiration. So remember, get back to that place of and that's what we're trying to get to in the near future, is getting back to the place where you're talking about how you're feeling, but you're also open to hearing advice, open to receiving advice and help from others. Because Taurus, you don't have to do it alone. Even if this was a relationship that didn't work out and you're kicking yourself for it because you didn't feel good about it, you still don't have to go through life alone. You know, there is a space if you want to make it, okay? Let's see, how are you viewing this? You're viewing this as this is just your fate, your Hierophant, this is your card, that this is the way in which things should be, the way, what you deserve. This is the tradition of, you know, this is patterning is what you're looking at it as, is that, you know, well, this is how I grew up, this is what family looks like. I've not been able to have this type of relationship or life before. I don't know why I would be able to do it now. So you're looking at it as it's a pattern and it's consistent. It's like a metronome, and you know, it is what it is. Very cut off from the emotion. How others are seeing it, Judgment. Okay. Others are seeing that this is the potential for looking at things again. Others are maybe seeing that you might be reflecting upon a redo or reconciliation or just reflection, right? Others just see that you're kind of caught up looking at things, and actually life is kind of presenting this to you. That's what the Judgment is. It swiftly comes in and says, look, you have to face what has been done before. You know, whatever it is that you failed at before, that you've been trying to rectify in your mind, but you're not speaking clearly, you're going to have to talk about it, process it, and own up to it. And that's what the Judgment card brings in, okay? And at that point, that's when the healing can start. So the Judgment is making you look at all of this, which is probably why there's no movement, probably why you're withholding your words. You're going to have to revisit this, and you are revisiting this in mentally, and then perhaps owning up to it in front of everyone. Now, and what I mean by that is, you know, sharing it with your friends, your colleagues, even if this person is still around in your life, okay? Now, your hopes and fears with the situation, Page of Cups. The hopes and fears would be that there's some kind of small emotional way out of this. There's an emotional healing that can happen. This could be that, you know, you offer this to another person, or another person offers it to you. But there's something small. You just need a Band-Aid, and I don't know if a Band-Aid's going to do it. You might need a king or a queen here to really help you heal, or for you to show yourself how to heal rather than the page. You may not see it as a big deal, and that's why it's a page, right? But to be honest, Taurus, it's not super major energy, but you do have a lot of the major arcana on your table here. So it's a swift change, it's a change that does need to be made. It's equal major and minor. So I think it's a bigger deal than you think, okay? You're hoping maybe that it can be Band-Aided, or that you can, you know, continue on in this small way of making a small emotional change, but you may have to make a bigger one, okay? We'll see. What's the ultimate outcome here? Wheel of Fortune came out in the reverse. So we're still destined to a cycle here unless we can flip some of this energy, okay? And I'll get some clarification, but here's what I'm really seeing is that, Taurus, you work really hard. You do a lot, and you've been going through something internally, processing through it mentally, and it's probably bothering you enough so that it's showing up in your reading here, and it's on top. This is a general read, right? But this is taking precedent over your work. This is taking precedent in your reading, at least what I mean. So you may be not quite healing this in the way, like you really need to look at it in order to heal it, to let it go, to transform it, transmute it, whatever needs to happen so it doesn't show up in the reading again. Like I was saying, with it being a year ago, July, August, if you had some connections with Geminis, or if you were in relationship last year, and this is what's going on from last year, you have to close this out so that a new cycle can begin, so that something can get going again, because there's a lot of stagnancy here for you. I think that you're just kind of you're slowly deciding what you want to do, which is fine. You can take your time to do so, but this stuff is going to continue to show up, okay? You're going to continue to not feel very successful. You're going to continue to feel as if the party is going on around you, even though you're not very connected to it. Your words may be more harmful right now, or you might just not even be sharing at all, okay? There's some stagnancy and some disconnect. If you really want to be in relationship, Taurus, you're going to have to heal this so that a new relationship can come to you, or this relationship can be reset if it is for a reconciliation with that Judgment card. Now, I'm curious, let's see what this Okay, well, I'll let those come out. Let's see what this Chariot, this is what I was going to ask. I want to see what this Chariot energy is about for Taurus. So far, we've got some hurt and some heartache because of knowing something or hoping. I'm feeling like you thought you were intuitive and perhaps you got your heart broken because it wasn't what you wanted it to be. It didn't turn out the way you intuitively thought it was. Like, you know, you might have used your intuition in such a grand manner that something actually didn't work out and you were floored by it, okay? And I'm saying that because we've got High Priestess and we've got the Three of Swords. Now, this Three of Swords in the reverse means that it is healing. The healing is happening, but we are talking about some type of collaboration, some type of connection. It's a three. We've got 2 3s here, another 3 here. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a 3-party. A lot of times with Taurus, what I find for you is that it's your work, it's yourself, and another person. So that could be your 3, is that we're talking about your relationship with one other person and work, or your relationship with one other person and family. So your 3s can definitely be not, that third thing could be a thing, not necessarily a person. If it is a third party, another person, you really got to clean this up because nothing new is going to start cleanly, and it's not going to be as fulfilling, right? It's not going to give you this fulfillment that you truly want, the feeling of success, okay? You just might have been feeling like your lot in life, your patterning in life is to not have successful relationships. Maybe it's just always been that way, and that's not the truth, okay? Let's see what this Queen of Swords energy is for Taurus in the near future. This Queen of Swords energy, please. Queen of Swords. Okay, we had a flip. I want to see what flipped. Okay, we've got 6 of Pentacles. So it's, again, needing to have a balance, okay? And this might be a balance with someone else. So if there is someone that you need to speak your truth to, and I'm feeling like this could be, if it is this third party, let's say that there was a Gemini in the past that you really thought it was going to work out with. You intuitively thought something. There was some heartache, some pain. You're trying to get over that. And the reason why you thought it was going to work out was because everything seemed to be going in that direction. However, it turned out that there was either a third party from their perspective, from your perspective, or there was a third thing that got in the way. Everything kind of fell apart. And now what needs to happen is truth, okay? And it needs to be a truth that is given in a fair and just way. And maybe not in little bits, okay? Maybe it needs to just come out. Whatever it is that you're feeling, you might just have to reach out. Because I'm feeling for you, Taurus, is that, you know, there's some suffering, some heartache, and if you were to just come forward, I think that you would find that healing and forgiveness and love and welcoming and open arms would be there for you. And if it's, and I don't mean that in a reconciliation way, I mean that it's like in a forgiveness way. Sometimes we hold ourselves to a place, and I'm talking about it, this could be your other person who has caused the pain, okay? So feel free to flip it. But what I mean is that, well, I lost my train of thought. It'll come back. But it needs to be, we're looking for balance, and this is important to you. The Pentacles are important to you. This is your health. This is your wealth. This is your health, your well-being, okay? So right now we're just imbalanced with your health and your well-being. Now I want to see what, if anything comes out for this thing that's coming up in the future here, where the Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse. How can we turn that Wheel of Fortune in the upright? What is the secret here to turn that Wheel of Fortune into the upright for Taurus? 2 cards, okay? Feeling good on your own, remembering all the things that you have, that you've created for yourself. Stay in that power. Don't doubt yourself. And 9 of Wands in the reverse. Don't be stuck in a place of being vulnerable and open to being hurt again. Okay, now I like the Nine of Wands in some ways because it shows how much suffering and struggle you've been through. Okay, so with it being the reverse, I'm going to say that this is releasing the struggle, releasing that as part of your story. I think, Taurus, that you're really good at this energy. I think you just need to get back to this. And this isn't the Independence, right? But this is also just before the Ten of Pentacles, which is what you want. So this Ten of Pentacles can be there once you get back into your power, once you feel good on your own. And I think that feeling good on your own is going to be coming through with this healing energy and this reflection, and whether it's an apology of receiving or giving, whatever it is, there's a major apology, a major reckoning. That's the word, not necessarily reconciling. There's a reckoning here on the table. Lots of beautiful energy to turn around, though. You can have everything that you want if you find the balance, speak the truth, and remember your power here. Okay? All right, Taurus. I'm going to send you all my love. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much.